Hey fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We hope you are a Patreon patron, in which case you're getting this real time as soon as it's published. We also provide it real time to YouTube subscribers and to anyone who's a Amazon Prime member who links their Prime account to their Twitch Prime account. Now that last option is the cheapest. It costs you nothing. You're already paying for a Prime membership, so really easy to link to Twitch. So please follow the instructions in the show description below and get it linked, and then Shane can afford to keep driving out here. Cost of gasoline is killing him, so we need that $4 every 2 months out of you so Shane can afford a gallon of gas to get out of here. From Patreon, from Matt. Why does Xbox stay in the console business if it's been in third place since the original Xbox? Why have its leaders Phil Spencer and Matt Booty remained at Xbox when they have failed to deliver the consistent high-quality games required to make its platforms a success? Why is Ford Motor Company in the car business? You know, they're behind Toyota. And if Ford's behind Toyota, where's GM? You know, where's Volvo? So I think the fallacy in your question is that it presupposes that there's only room for two winners in the console business and not three. Why is Google in the cloud business when they're behind Azure and Amazon Web Services? There's room for more than one. There's room for more than two. And the fact is that Nintendo's proven that they don't need to be the only console people own. They're fine if you own a Nintendo Switch and a PlayStation, or a Nintendo Switch and an Xbox. And I think a lot of people do. And I'd say probably half of PlayStation owners own a Switch. I mean, there's just no reason not to, and same with Xbox. So I think there's room for three. The answer is Microsoft's made money in the games business for the last several years, and it's because they have a robust Xbox Live business. They collect royalties from third parties on Xbox games, and they have a growing and beginning to make money Game Pass business. So why do they stay in the business? Because they have a vision that ultimately they're gonna deliver games, and we're gonna consume games through a game streaming service and pay a monthly subscription. And their math is, if we're barely breaking even at 25 million subscribers, what's the incremental cost to have 50? Nothing. I mean, same games. So they should make, let's say, $10 a month profit from the next 25 million subscribers, which is $250 million a month, which is $3 billion a year. And if they can grow to 50 million and make $3 billion a year, what happens when they go to 100 million? They'll make $9 billion a year. What happens when they grow to 200 million? They'll make 15 or 16 billion a year. So I think they're thinking about this as a driver for down the line, having a ton of subscribers. Now, realistically, they won't keep the content the same. They'll keep adding content. And realistically, if they're smart, they'll probably take half of those profits and reinvest it back in building content to have even more content for the business. So I don't think they'll ever get to 15 billion a year in profit. I think they'll get to 7, and they'll be spending 8 billion a year more making games. Just to compare and contrast that, Activision spends about 2 billion a year making games, and EA spends about 2 billion, and Take-Two spends about 2 billion. So if Microsoft achieves its vision, it's going to be making as many games as Activision, EA, Take-Two, Ubisoft combined. I don't know if they'll ever get there, but it's one of those iterative things, and that's what Netflix did. As Netflix grew and became more profitable, they reinvested in making their own content, and that's the secret to success. So the answer is they're staying in the business because they have a vision of it getting big. If that's wrong, then they will abandon that. But I think that you've got at least 5 years before they even think about that. And they've got to see what happens after they acquire Activision, see what happens to subscriptions. Why have the leaders stayed there is that I think that connotes they should have been fired, because when they failed to deliver consistent high-quality games. I think they've done exactly what they've been asked to do, which is run a division that is profitable and manage a Game Pass business that is growing. But who knows? Booty is a studio guy. Their games are fine. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I don't know what you expect from games. It's like, Forza's always been good. Halo's been good enough, not great, but good enough. I don't know what we expect. I mean, we never expected Fable to be big. It never has been big, or grabbed by the ghoulies. That was Ed Freeze, but still, I don't think that they're measured the same way that game publishers measure their people. I guess that's the right answer. I like Phil, by the way, and I love Matt Booty. But, we'll see. We'll see if Starfield is big. Starfield, though, probably is going to be great, right? And we'll see. And I would expect the Elder Scrolls, 6, which is leaked. It was leaked. It's coming in 2025. I expect that'll be great. And I expect Fallout 5, which is probably coming in 2027, will be great. So let's just see. I mean, I think give them time and let's see how StarCraft 3 does. Let's see how, the Warcraft expansions, World of Warcraft expansions go. Let's see how Game Pass grows. Let's see how the King advertising business goes. I expect that they're going to have a lot on their plate and they're going to get a lot done. And I think Phil is a lifer Microsoft guy and has the confidence of management. So I think that, he's doing exactly what they want him to do, or he would not still be there. So good question. I mean, it's just, it presupposes he's doing something differently from what management wants him to do. I don't think that's true. Sony bought a dozen studios in that period of time. They bought the Naughty Dogs and the guys who made Days Gone.
Insomniac they bought.
Well, Insomniac. Sony's bought a ton of studios and had whatever Herman Hulst studio was they bought.
Guerrilla Games.
Yeah, Guerrilla. But Sony's bought a ton of studios and really been astute about picking up good content. And in fairness, 90% of Sony original content comes from their acquisitions. I mean, that's great, meaning they're really good at it. Microsoft waited. I mean, if you want to really criticize Microsoft, it was that 2001 to 2015 period where Sony bought, Insomniac was later, but where Sony bought all these studios and Microsoft sat on their hands and did nothing. And that's why Microsoft's been playing catch up. But Phil Spencer wasn't in charge until 2016, 17. Don Matrick came in at 13, so I guess he left in about 16. So Phil hasn't been in charge that long, and once Phil got in charge, they started making studio acquisitions. So I think they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. If you want to criticize Robbie Bach or Don Matrick. Thanks for watching Pachter Factor. If you're a Patreon patron, we appreciate your patronage. You're getting this stuff real time. If you are a YouTube subscriber, you're also getting this real time. And if you don't have any money, but you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get us paid just by linking your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. The instructions on how to do that are in the show description below this picture. So get on that, please. And everybody else, including the guys above, follow me on Twitter. You're getting it a week later than the guys who actually pay or who took the effort and time to link their Prime accounts together. But at least follow me on Twitter, make me feel good. I've actually ticked up a couple hundred since I've been saying this, so let's see if I can keep it. I'll see you guys next time.